Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and for those of you who are brand new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm happy to be back in my kitchen. I feel like it's been a little bit of a hiatus. I'm so pleased to be showcasing this multifunctional JOYDEEM electric hot pot. For those of you who tune into my live streams regularly, you probably caught my live stream recently where I was prepping a bunch of veggies to put into this hot pot. So first I'll unbox this and then I'm gonna whip up a little fun hot pot soup and see how it works. I don't have anything in my kitchen that's this sea foam teal color. I absolutely love it. First thing I'm seeing here is the instruction manual. It's got just the basic overview of what the product looks like. Now for the actual hot pot, we've got this steaming tray. Oh cute, look at this. You guys, you've known that I have this old charred oven mitt. My sister gifted me a new one for my birthday. I showed that in my birthday vlog. And this one actually comes with like a mini mitt. It just goes about the length of your hand to your wrist. So this is really cute. Should be about just the rest of this hot pot. There's the plug-in cord, and I'll just assemble all of this on here so you can see right at my countertop. Ooh, this is so fun. All right, I think I got all the pieces out of here. So let's just do some fun assembling. First up, we've got the base of this hot pot. What you'll see here at the front, there's this heat dial so you can adjust the heat. This slides back and forth. This is the heat pad. You actually are not gonna put any food on here. This is where the heat comes from to heat up the pans or whatever part of the hot pot you're using. Turning this around to the back, you'll see that this is where the plug-in goes. I am gonna hold off on that just because I want to get everything assembled before I plug it in. One of the components of this is the grill pan or the grill tray. This is where you could sear / grill meats, or in my case, I would probably do tofu on here. And the way you'd use this is to just set it right here on top of that heat pad I showed you earlier, and then you turn the dial to whichever heat setting you want, wait for it to heat up, and then grill whatever it is that you're gonna eat. This is the part I'm gonna be using today. There's also this metal steaming rack that you can put right in here. Just use your 2 fingers, set it onto the ledge that's kind of midway up this pan, and then you can set food in here that you'd like to steam. Last but not least, the top of this hot pot, and it goes on just like this. So that is how you would steam things. You gotta cover it up and then just let the food steam away. Now that we've gotten the electric hot pot all assembled, I'm gonna grab the food that I've prepped to try this out. Let me first put on my apron though. I'll do maybe a little sauteing in the base, and then I'm gonna add some water and make a soup. Oh man, I got so many veggies. There's some carrots, green onions, and some mushrooms, sesame oil, some red curry paste, and then to top it all off, coconut milk. It's a lot going on this countertop, but it's gonna be fun. First, let's take the lid off of this and just set it over here. I'm also gonna take this steam rack out of here because I wanna be sauteing my veggies in the base of this pan. Before I get cooking, I'll take the power cord out of this little sleeve and get this hot pot plugged in. There we go. There's a power button right here. That just comes on when you plug it in. To start off with, I wanna be sauteing some veggies, so let me show you a close-up. We've got this pure sesame seed oil rather. Just pouring maybe a couple of tablespoons of this into the base. I'm gonna turn this down to low. That's a tip I learned way in the beginning of my cooking and baking days. When in doubt, start low, and then you can always notch up the heat. One thing I'm gonna quickly do, super quick, while this is still lukewarm and not too hot, I'm just gonna give this a nice quick wipe down. Personally, I like doing that because during the manufacturing process, there can always be a little residue, some dust maybe from the packaging. Not too concerned, but I typically do that when I get a new product. I'm gonna double check that is set to low, so I'm happy with that. Let's take some of this sesame seed oil. I can feel the heat coming off of it sitting behind this hot pot. I'm happy with that amount of sesame seed oil, so I'm gonna set that to the side. I think I'm gonna do the carrots and the white cabbage because those are the most dense and hearty of these vegetables. I think they'll take longer to saute. This is one large juicing carrot. So I'm just gonna set them in here, sprinkle them in, and just so that it's not super crowded in here, I'm gonna use about half of these carrots. I'm gonna turn this up to medium because I want these veggies to start cooking pretty quickly, and I don't think it's quite hot enough. I got this big old thing of white cabbage, so much cabbage to use. So this is what one head of white cabbage looks like, all chopped up. Again, I'm just gonna sprinkle in some of this cabbage. And since there's a lot of ingredients I want to fit into this, I'm gonna go light on the cabbage. I'll have a lot left over for later. I'm gonna add a little bit more sesame seed oil to make sure that the carrots and the cabbage are covered. Ooh, I can hear the sizzle when I listen to it, which is a good sign. So just a little bit more sesame seed oil. I'm quickly stirring and tossing the cabbage and carrots in the sesame seed oil so they get an even coat. I'm happy with the way that these are wilting down. I'm gonna keep tossing these veggies and let them lightly cook for maybe another 5 minutes or so before I move on to the other ingredients. I'm gonna add some beautiful baby bok choy just to give you an idea. I love the look of them. I love the flavor. I love the leafiness, and they're really good too when they wilt down in a curry or a soup. I'm gonna use the whole container of baby bok choy. Yes, it does look like a pretty big volume of them, but they reduce down pretty quickly. And the other thing I prepped is some mushrooms. I'm just gonna throw them all in as well. I'm just gonna toss these. You can really see the steam coming off of the hot pot now. The baby bok choy and the mushrooms are reducing down really nicely. You can see that juice at the bottom that's coming from all the veggies. I'm gonna stir this for probably 1 or 2 more minutes. You can see that I've added the coconut milk. I threw in about 1 teaspoon of the Thai red curry paste. I also added some cubes of tofu. You can see a few of them right here for some nice plant-based protein. I seasoned this with some salt, pepper, and tamari, which is brewed soy sauce. I'm thinking of adding maybe 1 to 2 more teaspoons of the Thai red curry paste because I really love when that color comes through. Overall, I'm happy with how this is looking. I know it still doesn't have a super strong red color, but you know, I don't want to go overboard with the Thai red curry paste. So something I'm gonna do is add some of this sriracha in here. And I think that will help with the color. Add some heat. Let's get that mixed in there. My camera is getting steamed. I'm really happy with this. I think I'm gonna let this cool down now, dish some up, and let you know what I think. I've set the heat down to low so that it's lightly simmering here while I dish it up. It's not bad for a party or any kind of get together to just have your food staying warm while people come and go. And I know this is gonna be really rich because of the coconut milk that I added, 1 whole can of it. So I'm gonna start with just a little bit here. Oh my God. I'm so happy with that. Oh, this bowl is hot. So there you can see a bunch of veggies. I managed to get, I think, a couple cubes of tofu in here. If anything, it could use a little bit more salt, but I decided to go light just so that I wouldn't overdo it. Just for simplicity's sake, I stuck with a soup. I didn't make any type of starch to go with it. Of course, you could make noodles, you could make rice, you could even eat this with couscous or any type of starch that you really want to go with a hot pot stew like this one. But of course, just a plain old soup is just fine, and it's chilly autumn weather. We're heading into winter here in Minnesota, so this is exactly the type of food I'm feeling like. Let me know what you guys thought of this JOYDEEM multifunctional electric hot pot. I think it's so cool. It's so fun. I'm really excited to break it out whenever I'm having friends, family, any kind of gathering in my home. Thank you very much to JOYDEEM for collaborating with me for this video. I'm so glad that you reached out and sent me this beautiful product. It's been really fun to try out. Take care, everybody. Eat well, and I'll see you in the next upload on this channel. Bye.